All right, so it's the end of the day, and as promised, I'm gonna go over some of the things that I picked up at the yard sale today. Um, Thought it was a pretty fair day. Some weeks seem like it's better than others, but I guess it's gonna fluctuate like that. So I probably went to maybe 8 yard sales a day. I think 8 to 10 yard sales. I can't remember how many exactly it was, but I'm gonna go over some of the things I picked up at the yard sales a day. Give you some prices, some comps I came up with, just looking on eBay and seeing what things have been selling for. So just always just roundabout numbers. You never know exactly what it's gonna sell for, but just like real estate, you just run the comps and see what stuff has been selling for. So that's pretty much you know, what I do. So first thing I picked up a Linsky wireless router, which is this thing here. Picked it up for $5. I'm seeing it selling on eBay for 20 to 30 bucks, give or take. So that was the first thing I picked up. Also picked up a Dream Vision headset. So that would be this. I thought it would be like a little more expensive with the whole goggle things and stuff. So, but it really wasn't. So I looked up some comps. It wasn't really selling for a lot. It was only selling for like between 8 and 15 bucks. But I only paid $2 for it. So it's still a pretty good number. Still, some profit in there. So can't complain too much. Also, I picked up the Operation game. So I do have board games. I do sell board games pretty good. And typically I pick up board games for $1. $1 is about my range unless, it's a game that I actually look up and has a really good comp on it. I may pay up a little bit more for it, but $1 to $2 is my max is what I pay for board games. And they typically sell between 20 and 30 bucks, which actually, yeah, this one actually sells. I looked it up between 20 and 30 bucks. So um, that's why I like to pay about $1 or $2 for them, just so it's a nice, profit margin in it. Also picked up a battery charger, but it's for like cars and boats or something. So this was a pretty good buy. I think I paid um, $5. I paid $5 for this charger, and it's reselling on eBay between 45 and 65. I've seen it sold for. So this is a really good pickup. Also, I picked up some duck pins from the same lady that we went to. I picked up the charger, some duck pins, and like this wine mixer thing. I'll show you that in a second, but I picked up these duck pins, and I looked them up for some reason. They're vintage. They're Cobra duck pins, and they say vintage Cobra duck pins when you look them up on eBay. And I think I spent about $20 for these. Yeah, I spent $20 for these. I tried to get a little bit lower, but for some reason the lady knew that they was vintage. She was like, "Nah, they worth a little expensive." So I see them selling between 60 and 80 bucks. So like I said, I spent $20 on them, so not too bad. Also, when I picked up the charger and the pins from her, she just gave me this rabbit electric cocktail mixer. She just kind of just threw that in there. This one I saw selling for 25 bucks. So this is a free 25 bucks. Also, I picked up some NASCAR headphones. I thought these was really cool. I picked these up. From the guy. He was telling me that he was describing it to me with NASCAR and how they work. Whereas though you could put them on your head and listen to the racers and stuff like that. So you put them on your head and then hook it up to this scanner right here, and you could hear what the driver's saying inside the vehicles and stuff like that. So I just thought it was real interesting. I didn't know anything about it. Like I said, a lot of the stuff I don't know about. I try to comp it and pick it up, but I actually didn't get it at first. When I first picked it up, he wanted like $40 for it, and I was like, I didn't really want to pay $40 for it. So I actually got my car and I was about to leave. So I was like, let me go back and see what he worked with me on it, because I actually got in the car and I looked it up, and they're selling anywhere from $125 to $200 the set. So I went back and asked him how much would he be willing to take for it, and he said $25. So I ended up getting this whole set for $25, and like I said, selling anywhere from 100 and some change, 25, 30, up to like $200, depending on the pieces you have and stuff like that. So I think this is gonna be probably my biggest one for today. This was a really good win. Also, I picked up some Simpsons dolls. For some reason, I thought I saw another another YouTuber said that they were worth some money. So the lady gave them to me for like $1. It might have been like 50 cents. Yeah, it said $1. So I got them for like $1. It's like the whole Simpson family. So I thought it was gonna be worth, quite a bit of change, but it wasn't. The whole lot, I seen them selling for like 25, $30, 35. But like I said, I only spent $1 for it, so it's still a profit. I just thought it was gonna be worth like a couple $100, but it just wasn't. So that was that. I also picked up something called the Rocket Rabbit. What is that little doll like? Oh, that's this little doll right here. Same lady that I bought the Simpson dolls from. She just had this laying around. It was only 50 cents, and I couldn't really find any good comps on it, so I'm just gonna put it on there for like 10, $15. Just like I said, I paid 50 cents for it, so maybe I'll get 10 or $15 for it, but I'll put it up on my eBay page just to put it up. So we'll see. Also, I purchased this calculator. She had this calculator. It was an older calculator. Sometimes the older stuff definitely has some value, but it was an older calculator. This calculator right here. I thought it might have had a little bit more value, but it didn't. It only sells for about $10. So I only paid 50 cents for it. So still making some money, but it didn't have like a big value to it like I suspected. Also, I picked up a bike computer, they called it. Some way to read how fast you're going on your bike or something like that. But the lady gave me for $2 and it's retailing on eBay for about $15. So this will be great because the shipping is really light. So the shipping on this will be really inexpensive. So this will be definitely a great pickup as well. Still new in the box, so that's always a good thing when it's new in the box. A lot of stuff I picked up today was new in the box, so that also makes the price a little bit more valuable. Probably the router was new in the box, the headset was new in the box, the charger was new in the box, the cocktail mixer was new in the box. A lot of things I picked up today was new in the box. So when it's new, it kind of can bring the value up, a little bit more. Also, I picked up, this was unique, I thought. This. So I was a blood pressure pump. I kind of walked past it at first, thinking like, oh, blood pressure pump, who needs it? But actually, I looked it up, man. Actually selling for, where's the blood pressure? About $40. So I paid $3 for it. So this is pretty cool. It has all the wires and connections and stuff like that to it. So this is selling for about $40. So this is great. Also, I picked up some VHS tapes. I thought I hit the jackpot with the VHS tape. So let me explain the story on the VHS tape. So my son, who does this as well, he looked up some VHS tape just randomly on eBay, and it was I think Snow White, and no, not Snow White. It was Beauty and the Beast. So Beauty and the Beast VHS tape sold for like $7,000. So when I saw Snow White, I thought it was Snow White that he told me about, but it wasn't. So I assumed this had some value. I actually seen people trying to sell it for like $500 online on eBay, but I don't think someone would sell it because I'm seeing regular people selling it for like $10. So I paid like $1 for each one of these VHS tapes because I thought they would have some type of value to them, but nothing major. Maybe like $10, I think I saw it for. So I paid $1 for them, so still not bad. But like I say, I thought I hit the jackpot. I was like, oh, that's the one my son sent me, but it wasn't. It's not the right one. So if you out there, you look at VHS tapes, because you can get a lot of old VHS tapes. Nobody wants them, but certain ones definitely have significant amount of value to them. So try to figure out which ones has the value to them, and try to look for them while you're out there. So those are the VHS tapes that I picked up. The same house I picked up the VHS tape, they had some comic books. I never really picked up like comic books and stuff like that, but they were like 50 cent, and you know, she was asking me did I want them, so I just picked them up. Then they were, you know, pretty old, Avengers, Wolverine, and I just was like, oh, they look unique, think they might have some value to them, but I looked them up, I paid 50 cent for them, and they selling anywhere from $3 to $10, so not a lot of value, but if I can get $10 for one, I can get, like I say, $7, $8. You know, it's good because the shipment's gonna be inexpensive because it's really light. So I'll take it. You know, I'll still post it on my page, and you know, I'm sure I'll make some type of money off of it. So, the Defender. I think that is Scarlet Defenders. I picked up something else, but I don't see that. Something is missing. But anyway, something is missing, so I'm going to skip that one. But I did pick up this T84 calculator. Oh, that's Fender. That was a comic book, so I'm sorry about that. That was just another comic book. This calculator right here, which is always a great pickup. I picked up one of these one of my first week in yard selling. But I only paid $5 for it the first time I picked it up. But the lady, she kind of ran me up on this one, so I spent like $20 for it. She wanted 25. I told her 15. And she came back at 20, but she wouldn't go no less than 20. So it has a nice little case to go with it and everything. But they sell, I think I sold my last one, maybe, I think for like $70, I think. I can't remember at the top of my head. But I know my son has one. He told me he sold his for like 60 or $70. But you definitely can get them sold for somewhere around $100. So this was actually a good win as well. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I'll get anywhere from 80 to $100 for it, and I spent $20 for it. So that was a good pickup. Also, I picked up some older video games. This was a PlayStation game, PlayStation 1. Definitely thought this was gonna have some value to it. I spent like $1 for it, but it's only selling for like 15, $20. These games, the Sega, I picked up some Sega Genesis games. This I thought was gonna have like tremendous value. I was watching another YouTuber, and he picked up like 3 cases of these, and almost every one he picked up sold for at least $50 and upward into like $120 I seen them sell his for, maybe a little bit more, because they had the cases and you know all of this stuff. So I guess it just depends on which game you actually end up getting, because these games I picked up didn't have any value. Like I said, I spent $1 for them, and they only sell them for $15, $20 depending on the game. But what I'm gonna do, I actually picked up a few other games a week or so ago. So I picked up these 4 games as well. And all of them the same thing, around $10, $20. So, but I'm gonna lock them together because I picked up the games, and another yard sale, I picked up the actual Sega Genesis for $5. I spent $5 for this old Sega Genesis. So I'm gonna lock this together when I post it on my page, and probably lot it together for. I think I've seen a lot of them go for maybe like $89 to $100. So I'm gonna place them all together, and I'm pretty sure I can get at least $80 for the set. I'm almost certain of that. So that was like mostly everything I picked up. I did pick up this DS game. Like I say, a lot of times the games can sell for a lot. It just all depends on what game it is, and this isn't the game. I thought this would be one that I would sell for about $1. I paid $1 for it, and it's selling for I think $10, if it's even that. This might have been the ones I couldn't even find any sales on. I just think I saw someone had one for sale for $10. So maybe I can fetch $10 for it. Maybe I won't. I actually think I dropped the ball on a Nextel phone. It was a Nextel phone at one of the yard sales, an old Nextel phone, still new in the box, and I didn't even pick it up. I waited later and looked it up later, and value was like $300. If that was the same phone, that's what's bugging me, because I don't know if it was the same phone. It looks similar, but I wouldn't know. So I'm gonna try to go back to the person's house and see if I can get the phone and purchase it. I'm pretty sure I probably could have got it for like $1 too. That's why I should have purchased it, but I didn't. I kind of overlooked it. So those are some of the things I picked up. You know, I told you earlier in the video that You know, I would go over a lot of the things I picked up. Oh, I did pick up some encyclopedias too. I was at a yard sale, one of the yard sales, and I picked up these encyclopedias right here. So I was actually about to leave, and I was asking the guy about the encyclopedias, and he was like, "Oh, you can have them if you want." So about a week or so ago, or 2 weeks ago, I was at another yard sale, and a lady, I was looking up encyclopedias, and I didn't buy them because the lady wanted like 70, $80 for them. But it might have been a little bit cheaper. I think she wanted 50 for them. But when I looked them up, they were selling anywhere from 100 to 200, 300. It just all depends on which encyclopedia books you had. So with these, I'm gonna look them up. I didn't really get a chance to look them up because I just did a brief comp on them. I saw like $100. So if I'm right, then they if they sell for the 100, the shipment's gonna be expensive because it's really heavy. It's a lot. It's like 22 bucks. So, but they are free. So if I make $50 off them, I'm gonna be satisfied with that. I won't be mad. So, I'm pretty sure I made out pretty good on this sale total this week. I spent like 120, $130. But some of that is some stuff I picked up for myself. I picked up a patio table, really nice patio table. I couldn't believe they were selling it for $10. I actually shattered my patio table, so by accident, the wind blew it and shattered my table. So I actually was able to pick this one up for just $10. So that was a personal thing I brought. Another one or two items I picked up that cost me about $30. So with total this week in yard sales, I think I spent somewhere around 100, $105. And on the low side, if we sell through, I'm looking at $500, $600 on the high side, maybe between $900 and $1,000. So for the 100 I spent, not too bad. So hopefully this information helps you out, gives you some type of idea, the type of stuff to look for out there. And always each one teach one. If you like the information, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next video. All right. Have a good day.